Welcome back. Before the break, we plugged Zach's 10 Things column on ESPN+. So, Zach, let's start here. Tell us what you like about Luka Doncic.
There is nothing more powerful in the NBA than a 6'7", 6'8" wing who can score from everywhere in any way, that can see the floor from everywhere. And so I've noticed this season, Luka's getting a little nasty down on the block. He's getting a little shoulder checks, getting a little mean down there. And I really like that because you know in the playoffs, even if you're a LeBron James, you need every tool in the toolbox to beat the best defense because you're going to see switches, you're going to see mismatches. And if you can't punish smaller guys in the post, your team's going to suffer. But Luka, he's getting a little nasty down there. And you guys know he might be the best passer in the league, certainly top 3. If you double him on the block with 4 shooters around him, forget about it, it's over. So we know he can score on the pick and roll. We know he's going to shoot step-back threes. If he adds a post-up game on mismatches, it's a problem.
Well, I agree, and he is getting nasty on the low block, Zach, and I think it was a learning experience for him last year in the bubble when he played against the Clippers that he needed to have that edge. But I'm going to say this, though, Zach. When are we going to start holding Luka accountable on the defensive end? When we going to start holding him accountable for us making winning plays that don't show up in the stat sheets? We watch a lot of stars. You could go from top to bottom, from Giannis to LeBron James to Kawhi Leonard, guys that are diving on the floor for loose balls, taking charges, chase down blocks, anchoring the defense, doing those type of things. When are we going to see that out of Luka? I think that's the next step that he has to take for us being a superstar player and converting those historical numbers into big wins.
I think he saw those post moves from the perk tape from back in the day that we've been running here on The Jump, and maybe that's where he got those moves. All right, so Zach.
Perk was nasty.
Yeah, so there you go. He's dropped that shoulder. He knows where it's coming from. All right, so Zach, tell us what you like. What you like? I'm sure you did. Zach, tell us what you like about Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown, my God, you can tell that this guy has put in the work. He's not just shooting jumpers. He's not just running rinse sprints. Look at his footwork, jab steps, step backs, little smitty fake spins. You can tell this guy has been in the lab breaking down every move into 5 or 6 mini moves. So when he's got you on an island, he's got so much footwork. It's almost, I don't want to go this far, but it's almost Kobe-esque. And look, everyone says the mid-range shot is dead. The mid-range shot is not what anyone wants. You guys know to win a championship, you need 1 or 2 guys who, when the defense is taken away, everything else can go into the mid-range and get a decent shot. And Jaylen Brown's footwork has been unbelievable. The guy's averaging 27 a game. He might be in the most improved player conversation.
Right now, to me, he is the most improved player. And I tell you, we saw an athlete who's now grown into a player, a two-way player. He's getting it done on both ends. And yes, his footwork, his ball handling, his confidence is really shining through right now. And I tell you what, like, when you put the work in and you see the results and you're benefiting from that. Like, his points per game the average is going up. And now you're seeing, oh man, this is what I worked on in the summer, and I'm able to pull this move off, because sometimes you can work on a move. Perk, you know this too. You can go work on a move and it's good when you're in slow motion, but when you're going against an elite defender and it's not quite working, you kind of scrap that. So you can just see the confidence in this game and in his bop and the way he just moves around the court. And he can score at any level, at any time, on anyone.
All right, and last but not least, Zach.
Preach.
Zach, what do you like about the new look Rockets?
I just think the Rockets have all these NBA characters. It's like NBA Mad Libs come to life. There's John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Aaron Gordon's doing stuff. Oh, Victor Oladipo's there. Number one, they're playing super hard. They're number 1 in defense since the James Harden trade. Let me repeat that. The Houston Rockets have the best defense in the NBA in the last 8 to 10 games. That's ridiculous. And John Wall, I'm so happy for John Wall because he was one of my absolute favorite players to watch in the NBA when he was healthy. A woefully underrated passer. The guy is a visionary passer. He made corner threes a thing in Washington. He conjured them from nothing with his passing. And every night we are seeing flashes, and sometimes more than flashes, entire quarters, halves, of vintage John Wall, streaking up the floor, lefty dunks, hitting people for corner threes. It's been wonderful to see, and I really hope it keeps up.
Look, it's crazy how the transformation went from ISO ball to team ball. Not only are they playing great defense and being tied on the string, you see guys helping the helper, guys fighting to get over screens, guys talking and communicating on the defensive end. Offensively, it's player movement, it's ball movement, it's fun to watch. As a former player, that's a team that I could point at and say, I want to be a part of that team. John Wall is having fun. DeMarcus Cousins is showing back what he could do. Christian Woods possibly could make the All-Star game the way that he's been playing. But look, I coach a third grade team in AAU, and if I had one team to pick right now to show them film on how to play team ball, it would be the Houston Rockets.
Wow.
He said it, and I also, that's saying something, but I also think Christian Wood is in the run for most improved as well, because he's playing lights out. And I think, the new coaching staff and everybody coming in is just giving these guys new life. They want to show that they still deserve to be in this league. They, meaning John Wall as well as DeMarcus Cousins. And this is a great opportunity for Christian Wood to show what he really can do. Because we didn't, you saw flashes in Detroit. Now you're really seeing Christian Wood flourish into like I said, a legit player, possibly an all-star. So I think ball movement, player movement, and having packages for each player. At some point, you want to highlight DeMarcus Cousins in pick and roll and in the post and give John Wall sometimes to have isolation moves or putting those two into position to succeed, because that's a tough cover. And they're getting that opportunity. They've bought into what is being sold to them, and that's why they're playing great basketball right now.
And by the way, shout out to Steven Silas, right? Like, so much stuff that he had to deal with to begin this season, and to have them playing the way they're playing, man, that's on him too, for sure. So shout out to him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.